How's it going, everybody? I have a new video today, and today's video is the undead meta. Has it changed much? No. Widely, not really unchanged at all. You're still going to use the 4 priests, like in any party, until you get Icy 5-star. Then you're still going to use Lich as your core magic, and then Dark Admiral as your core physical. Reason being is Lich out crowd controls and out ranges and just out damages Incubus. Incubus may have that quick little dash, but he offers no crowd control whatsoever. Does good area damage, does all, or not air, well, I think it's area damage. But anyways, I've used him a little bit, but I've noticed he's not as consistent as Lich. What Incubus can do is he'll dash through people, but he'll retarget on something later and the minions can go on, and that doesn't seem like a problem, but on waves that are physical immune waves and magical immune boss, at late waves, Dark Admiral can be hung up on those minions, and Incubus can be hung up on the boss. It has the same problem Griffin Rider had, and the same problem that Goku had for elves when Goku was one of the cores. But anyways, Incubus is a good unit regardless. Instead of running the 2 support Liches, you could run 2 support Incubus, or instead of running 4 support Succubus, you can do a couple Incubus instead. Excuse me. Reason being is they increase game speed by 8% each at senior, and it's not a bad option to senior them because you're going to need 14 of these new honor units to max out their buff. You're going to need 13 seniored and 1 non-senior. That is the more optimal for the full 40%. So with that being said, having 4 of each or 3 of each is not a bad idea. You're going to get them regardless, and you might as well use them if you don't have the correct team. Still, though, the correct team... Oh, sorry, that's my meta. Ignore the revival book. I was doing something else. But anyways, still the correct team for Undead, or the best suited, is still going to be... Oh, whoops. Oh, that's right. I needed the 3 support liches. Sorry. You're going to have the 3 support lich, the Dark Admiral for physical damage, 4 succubus, and then 4 priest. Just because that's the most optimal. Now, it doesn't have to always be this. You can sub out a succubus and a lich if you want for 2 incubus, because the incubus not only does more game speed, which succubus doesn't increase game speed, she just increases everything else. Incubus also increases range like succubus. Succubus may increase movement speed more and range a little bit more, but it's a nice little trade-off for the 8% game speed, especially if you don't have maxed out game speed. Incubus can help out quite a bit. So, in regards of what unit's better, it depends on what you have. If you don't have the 2 support liches, throw in a couple Incubus. It's not a bad idea. Or Medusa, if you have Medusa instead. If you don't have all the Succubus, throw in more Incubus. They're more available now because they are the new honor rotation unit. I just wouldn't transcend them yet until more is known about them, because I'm still testing and a lot of my guildies are still testing. But the only problem is most of my guildies are running what was up earlier, which was this, and, well, nothing but fairies, because this yields 100% skip rate when I run it. I actually don't need the 10th one, I only need that. I was running, oh, what was I running other? Oh, that's right, I was testing other units, because with 100% skip rate, you don't need to worry about certain waves. So, yeah, that's effectively 1 core. But anyways, ignore that, you don't need that, you need the correct pets. But for the most part, 3 liches is still optimal, but Incubus can help out quite a bit because he increases range more than, what do you call, the extra liches. But that crowd control on lich is so vital, it's almost irreplaceable. You can try it if you want. Don't let me stop you by, me swaying your opinion on the video that the Incubus is the lesser unit for support, but for core, it's definitely still Lich and Dark Admiral. Then the rest is up to you. The extra game speed, if you had 10 Incubus instead, that's a 80% game speed. That's a good bit of game speed. So, you're almost running max there if you want. But that's, I wouldn't exactly do that because you will get maxed out game speed eventually. But until you do, they're good substitute units. That's for damn sure. They give game speed, they give move speed, they give attack speed. They're a well-rounded unit. The only thing they lack is crowd control, which Lich and Succubus do better. At least Succubus mostly with her attract thing, and also her madness buff is almost irreplaceable too late game because it does so much buff, especially on guild raids. That's why she's really good on the guild raids. But anyways, yeah, this would be the undead meta. It would be just as simple as Lich, Dark Admiral, and then for Succubus, you can substitute Incubus out if you want. It's totally up to you. But any good undead team will look similar to... Actually, any good team. Let me start over with this. Let me go with the priests. Any team will have the 4 priests. Then your next units will be probably Lich and Dark Admiral. You'll sink all your metals into them. Then after that, it's totally up to you. Running 6 Incubus wouldn't be a bad idea because that amount of attack range and move speed and game speed is quite nice. But you're going to miss out a lot if you don't have the correct amount of Succubus. But after that, you find your own balance. You could find your own balance, and you could run whatever undead team you want. But most undead teams will be optimal about that. With 4 Succubus, maybe 3 Incubus if you want, maybe 2. Try him out. Use him as a core if you want. See if he's good. If he's not, then no worries. He's decent somewhere. He'll be used down the line eventually. It's not a bad idea to get more units for Trials or more units for Spirit Highlands or even in Guild Wars. He's a good counter because he teleports and he has invincibility. He could do a lot of damage. But anyways, this would conclude the Undead video on the new meta. Alright, see you guys in the next video.